think of barbecue, cardamom and cinnamon might not come to mind, but the subcontinent has its own take on live fire, and it all comes together at this place, Barbecue Tonight, in the suburb of Mississauga, Ontario. Meet Gibran Khan.
So this is the Afghani tikka that we have here. It's boneless lamb pieces. It marinates for about a day.
As to what goes on the meat, well, that's a family secret. But here's a hint: spices.
So what we have here is a variety of the spices that we use in the restaurant. This is before we grind them. If you have a smell, if you take a smell of them, each has its own unique aroma. So we'll do a little bit of a blend.
Oh my God, that's like,
Very nice.
wow. I cannot believe that aroma. It's like, boom. Like this is cumin.
Yes.
You got cumin seed and ground it yourself.
Absolutely.
Why not just buy ground cumin?
Because it's not the same. It's not the same flavor. It's not the same taste.
We talk a lot about spices, but onions. I get the sense you guys go through a lot of onions.
We go through tons of onions. Onions are a very important ingredient in all of our dishes. Everything starts with onions, everything ends with onions.
So how much onions do you go through a week?
We probably go through, I'd say about 30 bags of onions per week. 30 bags,
and then
yes.
we're talking like a big bag of onions.
We're talking about huge bags.
The meat is marinated for about a day, then it's ready for the best part of all, the tandoor. That cylindrical vortex of heat, which is to Indian barbecue what the pit is to Southern barbecue.
So the tandoor, it's not gas, it's charcoal. So the charcoal is what really gives it that unique barbecue flavor.
So this is the barbecue.
This is the authentic barbecue that you crave for.
Excited.
10 minutes later, that combination of meat, spices, and charcoal turns into something magical.
Okay, what do we got here?
So what do you do while you're waiting for your lamb to cook? You eat chicken biryani, which this place is also famous for. They can go through more than 500 orders in a single day.
So should I put this on the biryani?
You can put it on the biryani, just shake it a little bit, just so you don't get the oil. I've had people that, waited 2 hours for this to cook.
Just to have the sauce?
Just to have it with the biryani.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Of course, no one would be eating any of this food if it weren't for this guy, Azhar Khan, Gibran's dad. And he's got something I very much want to taste.
So this is what you guys are known for. This here's the barbecue, right?
That's our barbecue items. Yes, that's correct.
Wow. It's just very flavorful. You guys really went for it. Charcoal, live fire. What made you want to do a barbecue restaurant?
We used to have the pizza franchise business. Then we started our own Indian food in 1982.
Indian food in Toronto isn't exactly rare, but Azhar noticed something was missing.
No one has mostly barbecue items. So we decided go to Mississauga. It has more potential. So in 2001, we started one barbecue tonight.
When you think barbecue, you think of charcoal. You think of that fire. You think of that texture, that flavor that charcoal gives you. And that's something that we wanted in our restaurant, right? And that's something you can't get with propane. And again, that goes with our restaurant's philosophy is that, for good food, there is no sacrifice, right?
Did you know it immediately? When people tasted it, did they come back and say like, wow, this is incredible?
Exactly, they said, wow, it's 100% like back home taste. Some people, they said it's better than back home taste.
The road to great Indian barbecue is a long one. It starts with a pizza franchise, and it ends more than 35 years later in Mississauga, with a tandoor, plenty of onions, and a lot of charcoal.